deal with a Mashiach Yahushua is coming to flesh, and they say it don't matter what color he is. Read.
And this is that spirit of Antichrist.
They're against him.
Mashiach.
Yeah, anti-Mashiach. They're against him, man. Read.
Whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world.
There it is, man. It's in this world, man. They're against him. Just like the spirit that moved me to go to Romans 9:13, you know. That's anti-Mashiach, right? But read this, Romans 9:13.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 13.
I just need the first part, read.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
That's all I want. Moses said, as it is written, Malachi 1:1 and 2. Look, Moses said, Jacob have I loved, right? Malachi, the last prophet of the Old Testament, right before Matthew, verse 1. He said, as it is written, so therefore we know it's written where? In the Old Testament. Come. Malachi 1 and 1.
In the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 1, the burden of the word of the Most High to Israel by Malachi.
This is the burden of the word of the Most High to Israel. It is addressed to we, the 12 tribes of Israel, by the prophet Malachi. What did he say to Israel?
I have loved you, saith the Most High.
There it is. So now, if you don't love who the Most High loves, then you're what? He just said you anti-Mashiach if you don't accept him coming in the flesh. So if you don't love who the Most High loves, who are you?
Anti-Mashiach?
No. Anti-Most High. Anti-Most High. That just hit me in the spirit. I put that out there on the Facebook. You know, it moved me to think how we don't love each other. We don't really love each other. We so against each other as Israelites, and we are taught to keep the commandments. We can talk to each other about and counsel each other about breaking the Most High's laws. You can't do that to the people of the world. They go to these churches and so they taught they're not under the law. So they taught that we don't have to follow the Most High. You don't have to listen to him. Because those are his commandments. They're not ours, those are his commandments. Those are his rules and regulations. So here we are not loving our brothers and sisters. What's up? Moses said, I love Jacob. He said, I love my people. He said, I love. That's why he didn't cast us away, man. And here we are in the last days, 1 John 4:20 and 21. Here we are in the last days. It's going to get heated up in America, and everybody's sitting around looking at each other with envy, pride, envious, and jealousy, and hating on each other, just like the Bloods and the Crips. They even have truces. Right? We're going to have a truce that's going to last forever and ever and ever till we get, they say, oh, they're going to happen till you get in the kingdom. You ain't going to make it to the kingdom. Right. You ain't making it to the kingdom if you don't love Jacob, who the Most High said he loved. You see, we have a reason to look at and examine ourselves, and some you can't avoid. But that don't mean you hate your brother. You see what I'm saying? Because they got to get it together, maybe. You see what I'm saying? They might have things that's going on, but they got to get it together. But you ain't supposed to hate your. Read this.
In the book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 20, if a man say, I love the Most High, and hated his brother, he is a liar.
I'm telling you, man, you don't love Jacob. He a what?
He is a liar.
A liar, man. You hate your brother. You a what?
A liar.
A liar, read.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love the Most High, whom he hath not seen?
Yeah. How can you say you love the Most High whom you have not seen? And you hate your brother, man? hating on your brother. You ain't making it to the kingdom. You gonna be part of the extra of the, after the 2/3, you gonna have all them ships. And bring you on through. I made it to the wilderness. The brother be saying, I want to make it to the wilderness. No, you better make it to the kingdom.
Come.
You better make it to Zion.
Come.
That's what's important. Out of the wilderness, just like we just read. Going into that wilderness, what did he do?
Purged.
He purged. He got the rebels, right?
Come.
How many out of the men?
100.
No. There was 600,000 that came out of Egypt, and only 2 men made it. I done said it over and over again. 599,998 he killed. And he allowed 2, Joshua and Caleb, of the adults to go. No women. Only 2 men. That's what we serve, y'all. Yes.
You know where it says in 1 John 4:20, if any man say I love the Most High and hate his brother, you know that scripture where Mashiach said, or when they said your mother seeking you, and he said, who is my mother and who is my brother? He said, him that do the will of the Most High. I had a question. I bring that up because brothers just say, oh, if you're not doing the will of the Most High, you're not my brother. So if you're not teaching the exact same thing we teach, you're not my brother. Like,
Yeah, but what about the little ones that haven't came in yet?
right.
You know what I mean? What about those that, just like there was a time that I know I didn't know. You know what I mean? I knew I was spiritual. I was always spiritual, but I didn't know. So what about, that's me. So at that time before I came in, you know, that's not my, I wasn't a brother, right? So you can condemn them that haven't come in yet. We ain't doing no calling, are we? We doing the choosing? We choose, we able to choose the brother that's gonna come in. No. Get John 15 and 16. No, we ain't choosing nobody.
I was asking, what I'm saying.
No, I was just asking, I'm just saying, I said, do we do the choosing? Who's gonna be worthy to come in here and learn? We don't do that. We're not able to do that. We're not able to do that. You see? Read that.
St. John, chapter 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me.
Say, we have not chosen Mashiach Yahushua. Read.
But I have chosen you.
He's the one that's choosing who he's gonna choose. See? Read.
And ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father, and Bahashem Mashiach Yahushai, he may give it you.
Right, so it's an order. The Most High does the calling to bring us to Hamashiach Yahushai, and the Most High has given all judgment to Hamashiach. Get St. John 12 and 31. And what he calls, the Most High calls us to Hamashiach Yahushai, and Hamashiach Yahushai do the choosing. We don't do no choosing, we just messengers. Read this.
St. John chapter 12, verse 31.
32.
Salakia, verse 32. And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me.
Draw all men into a camp.
All men unto me.
Draw all men into a church.
All men unto me.
Draw all men into any organization.
All men unto me.
Or to a personal person.
Will draw all men unto me.
So that's what we're supposed to be doing. You know, and that's what I see a lot of problem is, because people are not being drawn to Hamashiach Yahushua. As you see him in the volume of the book. They know he's in there in Genesis 1 and 1. I'm talking about the Israelites. In the beginning, out of high created the heavens and the earth, right? Verse 26 says, and the Most High said, let us go down and make man in our image, in our likeness, right? He's there, but all of a sudden now he disappeared until he come back in the flesh. He don't exist no more until he come in the flesh. No, man. When you see they sat down and ate with the Most High and they face to face, who's leading us in the cloud in the daytime, chariot of cloud in the daytime, and a fiery pillar of a cloud from that cloud to fire at night in the wilderness for 40 years. Who was that?
Mashiach Yahushua.
Yeah, so how is it that he's there and he's not there anymore?
Right.
He ain't there for who? Anyone you can name that we reading here. He said, if I be lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men unto me. So that's what's important. So if they're not drawn to Mashiach Yahushua, because read Hebrews 1 and 2. You can read 1 and 1 and then 1 and 2. This was very important that we got to look at in how it is that we grow spiritually. Because everybody's not spiritual. You know, there's a law of the spirit. And when you understand the law of the spirit, then you ready to go into the order of Melchizedek. That's beyond the law of the letter that we're looking at. We keep looking at. And if you don't get it, then how you going to go to the next level and the next level? Just like Esau got certain levels we got to go to. Spiritually, we got to arrive into these certain levels as you see these things and start operating. We got to have this to make it in these last days, man, spiritually. You know, that's what it's about. He said, hey, you don't love he spent a lot of time, man, talking about loving your brother. That's Most High said, what he say? How you feel about Jacob? He loved Jacob. You see what I'm saying? So who are we to not love who the Most High loves? You anti-Most High, just like you said. Read that.
In the book of Hebrews, chapter 1 and verse 1, Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
So he spoke to us, that's why we went to Malachi. Last prophet, he spoke to us by the prophets. Read.
Verse 2, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the world.
Yeah, so he's speaking to us through Mashiach Yahushua in these last days, man. That's why it says he's giving him, John 5:22, he's giving him all the power to be able to do the things that he's able to do according to the will of the Most High. Read that.
The book of John, chapter 5, and verse 22. For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son.
See, the Most High judges no man, but have committed all judgment to who?
To the Son.
To Mashiach Yahushua. Read.
That all men should honor the Son, Mashiach Yahushua, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son, Mashiach Yahushua, honoreth not the Father Yahweh, which hath sent him.
See? So you see how that's very important, because read verse 39.
Book of John, chapter 5, and verse 39. Search the scriptures.
So it says, listen. It says, search the scriptures. Yes.
The verse before that, please.
John 5:22.
5:22. Come. The what?
John 5:39.
Search the scriptures.
Stop. What is he asking us to do? By hand. What are you saying? He says, search the scriptures, right? So what is he saying? Yes.
Meditate therein day and night.
No. What is he saying? No. Okay, let's go back to him. Let's hold up. Let's go back to him. We're there with him. We're there with him as he's saying what he's saying. A lot of times you have to go back to that time of him saying it to us. And we're listening to him say what he's saying. What did he say?
Search the scriptures.
That's it. So what is he telling us?
The Old Testament?
There you go. Why does it have to be the Old Testament?
The new wasn't on the scene?
Come on now. Come on, y'all old guys. We got the young buck. Bringing it out. Come on now. And he ain't been here. A lot of y'all done heard this already. This should already be in your mind. And you should understand this. You say, search the scriptures. Remember? Because what did he go through earlier when he was dealing with Shaitan? Did we go to any New Testament scriptures? We went where?
Commandments.
To the commandments, to the law, right? So we said search the scriptures. Now we know that there was no New Testament. That's why I said sometimes you got to go back to the time when he's speaking or when they're saying things. So he's right there in front of us, and we're there with him. We'll say anywhere between, say 30 AD, you see? And he's telling us what?
Search the scriptures.
Search the scriptures. Search the Old Testament, read.
For in them ye think ye have eternal life.
In them you think you have eternal life. That's all they had, was the Old Testament. Well, these teachers, these preachers, these so-called ministers or priests, whatever they call themselves, preachers, they're not dealing with the scriptures of old, the Old Testament, for you to get to understand it. They didn't go there for whatever their purpose is, but the understanding of what Isaiah is saying, from 1 to 66, they ain't even the understanding of that. You know, what King David is saying, what Moses is bringing forth in the law and so forth, they ain't dealing with this. He says, search the scriptures. Oh, we got to search the New Testament. New Testament didn't exist. You see? Read.
And they are they which testify of me.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Hebrews 10 and 7. Say these scriptures, the Old Testament, are those that testify of him. Hebrews 10 and 7.
In the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book.
See, then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. Read.
In the volume of the book it is written of me, to do thy will, O Most High.
Yeah. It's written in the volume of the book to do the will of the Most High. What did he tell Satan he had to do? See, when you understand, when he told him what he told him, he still is affected by the law of the Most High. Because who's he talking to? Who was somebody talking to? Satan, the devil, right? And he told him, it is written. Because Satan got to obey the Most High too. He ain't running around here doing whatever he want to do. Who created evil?
Most High.
Where the evil coming from? Who will use it? I can't hear you.
The Most High.
I said, who's Most High using the evil to bring forth the evil?
Yasharella.
No, Satan.
Oh, shit. I misheard.
That's why I say raise a hand, because somebody might hear that and run with it. No, y'all laughing, but I'm serious. People hear things, this ain't something that, spiritually, everybody's not spiritual, so you gotta understand, people that say, okay, well, I'm not a basic teacher. Things I'm asking y'all, things you're dealing with, so people listening, and they can hear that, and they say, oh yeah, see, there it is, Yasharala, Israel, you see what I'm saying?
About everything else that was said.
Everything else, they just hear the negative, they hear that. Right. They tune in because they're not tuned into the spirit of the righteous side of a Mashiach Yahushua. They still got to be purged of, remember they got to be conformed, not be conformed to this world, be changed into a new, everybody ain't become that yet. So that's why it's important, that's why I ask y'all to raise your hands, don't just blurt out things, because you blurting out things, it's going out to the airwaves. This ain't something that just you're looking at just here, I'm recording it, I'll put it out, then it's going out to everyone. We make mistakes, but we slip of the tongue, but I'm just saying, just to not do that, it'd be, respectively, in order if you don't just blurt out things, just say whatever. Because everybody's saying everything, that's why it says, hey, you gotta have order, decent, everything be done how? Decently and on order. You see? So that's why we have order. So, where you at?
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 7.
You read that.
In the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 7, that said, lo, I come. In the volume of the book it is written of me, to do thy will, O Most High.
All right, so he's doing the will of the Most High on what side? Of the Most High. Yes?
The right hand.
The right hand side.
Con.
So the Most High have his right hand and he have his left hand. Con?
Con.
So the Most High create evil. Isaiah 40 and 7. This is where he's quoting this, what he's saying to do the will of the Most High, and he's in the bottom of the book. He's quoting from